I was updating Facebook. I don't remember that it necessarily said Christian, but it said something that was Christianese and like kind of Christian, like follower of Jesus or something like that. And I was like, I'm just gonna change that. It immediately went to everybody, you know, that was my friend in Facebook to say, Nick has changed his religion to Hopeful Skeptic, which I wish now that I would have taken a screen cap of that or something, because I mean, that was like a moment. I think that anybody, whether you're an atheist, a theist, or whatever your ideology is, that kind of gives you a hope in something or a thought about something. In Christianity, maybe it's a hope in the afterlife, maybe it's a hope in God or whatever. In secular humanism, maybe it's just a hope in humanity itself, that we can make things better through, you know, human ingenuity. And then there's this other part that I call skeptical. Part of it is almost balancing on post-modernity, where they say, you know, we're very skeptical of institutions and hierarchies and things like that. But I think part of it is also the modern idea of the scientific method and applying that to anything, and applying whether it's textual criticism or something. So I think that inside me personally, there live these kind of like two sides that fight, and they kind of coincide. One of the reasons that I dropped the label Christian is just because people would be like, well, how can you really be a Christian if you still have these big questions about this, or if you're still having these conversations, or if you're having doubts? Like, if you have doubts about things about Jesus' life that we believe are completely solved already in Scripture, how can you still be a Christian? And I was done with that question. I was finally like, you know, one, I didn't want people to believe that I was being dishonest with them, like me calling myself a Christian and then not believing what they believed. And some people had expressed that. They said, well, I kind of think that you've misrepresented yourself. That's the last thing I wanted to do. But the other thing was, I was like, you know, if that's the definition of Christian, if being a Christian is having like some sort of blessed assurance that you know something is true, maybe that's not what I should call myself at all. It's not important to me to have that label. I don't think I need that to get to some destination after I die. I don't think that I need to be branded like that or have a certain bumper sticker. You know, I don't need a term, so I was just fine with that. I kind of found like, you can't get away from a label. You are something. And that's kind of why I wanted to create my own, and why I would urge people to like make up one. People have to have labels. They have to have a way to categorize you. And I just didn't want to be thrown into the unchristian category, like the unsaved or the backslid or whatever, which, you know, I'll still get that label anyway, I know, but I thought I want something that I can own and some space that I feel at least secure in. So for me, the label, I am switching them out. I am just switching one for another, but for me, I thought it was a better descriptor. For me, it's an admission, like I am hopeful. I am hopeful about the same things that Jesus was hopeful about, but I'm also skeptical. And to me, I didn't feel like the label Christian adequately showed that I was both of those things.